It's a minor sound with a smoothness to it that transcended from the jazz world into the world of rock. Think Carlos Santana, the Beatles, Miles Davis, and even John Coltrane. And the really cool thing is that you can blend the blues scale into it as well. Dorian chords can be punchy and funky, but also mellow, ethereal, and sweet. Why are we calling these chord families instead of scale families? And it's a tricky question because basically, if you're a composer, you might think of your scale as being in a linear fashion. For instance, I'm going to do the C Dorian scale, and which we call chord family 2. If I put the scale in down here, I'm going to make some blocks here so we can see things a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And here would be C, D, E flat, F, G, A, and B flat. Or 1, 2, flatted third, 4, 5, 6, flatted 7. Notice this sound has the flat 3 and the flat 7. That's how you alter the major scale to make it into a Dorian or chord family 2 sound. So anyway, this is the linear way of looking at it. Now, if you're a chord player, like a guitar player, piano player, or you're a jazz musician relating to a chord symbol, then the chord symbol comes first, and you see the chord symbol and then you relate to it and you find the corresponding scale. And if you're, like I say, a composer, you have the scale and then you make melodies up with the scale and you find the chords that come out of this scale. Speaking of which, so now we're going to take this linear scale and we're going to turn it into a stack. And so this C now is going to be called the root of a chord. And then we take this E flat. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to leapfrog over each note, starting with this E flat, and we're going to stack it on top of the C here. And that is the flatted third. Then we're going to leapfrog over this F to the G, and we're going to bring that over to here. And you can see we have a C minor triad that comes from this scale. Now, if you continue to do that, and this is what jazz musicians do, is we get up into the upper extensions. So G, leapfrog over A to B flat. So we're going to bring the B flat over here. And in relation to a C major scale, a B flat would be a lowered or flatted 7. Okay, now the B flat, we're going to leapfrog over this C that would be right here, and we arrive on D. And we're going to put the D in the stack right here. Now here the D is called the second, but when you're building a chord, this D could be thought of as the 9th of the chord. Notice the numbers are going up in odd numbers like this. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So next is going to be the 11. And so we're going to take this, we're on D, leapfrog over the E flat over to F, stack it, and we now call that the 11. And this brings up an interesting point. Like if you're presented with a chord form, let's say C11, like that. Sorry, C minor 11. Let's redo that. Would look like this. C minor 11. The 11 is telling you that the composer is thinking about all the tones below the 11th. In other words, in a C minor 11 chord, you'd have an F, you'd have a D, a B flat, a G, an E flat, and a C. Theoretically, we guitar players have to leave some notes out, but basically that's how it works. Okay, so we're on the 11 or the 4 over here, and then we leapfrog over to this A, and that completes the stack, because if I went from A and did a leapfrog, I'd be back on C, which we already have down here. And this is known as the 13. So this is the linear way of looking at your scale, the chord family 2 in this case. Then we take this and we turn it into a stack and we get the big chord right here like that. And that's the way it works.
Now let's practice. Okay, great. Here's a play-along track with the chords. Enjoy. Well, that's the Dorian scale. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and share, and we'll be back with the Mixolydian scale in the next video. See you around the bend.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on your way out. For more information on my signature guitar and musicianship courses, check out the information in the links below. Bye for now.